lifts off from Launch Complex 5 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. Shepard's suborbital trajectory lasts 15 minutes and 22 seconds, reaching a height of 116 miles.
From the periscope, what a beautiful view.
Freedom 7 safely splashes down in the North Atlantic, 302 miles from Cape Canaveral. NASA celebrates Alan Shepard and the 60th anniversary of the first American in space.
One of the people closest to the astronauts has been their personal nurse, 27-year-old Air Force First Lieutenant Dolores O'Hara of Portland, Oregon. She's standing now wearing her blue cap.
United States plus 62 newsmen from 12 foreign countries are present. Some face about, some sit ramrod straight, staring at the launching pad where the Redstone sits. A squawk box just announced, T-minus 6 minutes and counting. This is Charles Von Fremd at the press site.
Minus 5 minutes on counting. Cut off from center control, please. Drag it away, please. Assuming that everything goes according to plan, the spacecraft carrying astronaut Alan Shepard will land in the water somewhere near our position, almost 300 miles out in the Atlantic, east-southeast of Cape Canaveral. 3 Marine Corps helicopters are going into the air, along with half a dozen shore-based Navy and Air Force tracking planes that are up there. The planes will home in on the astronaut with the help of radar and the spacecraft's own radio transmitter. And it's hoped the primary recovery helicopter will swoop in to pick up the capsule. In that primary helicopter, number 44, are only 2 persons, Marine pilot First Lieutenant Wayne Coons of Lyons, Kansas, and co-pilot George Cox of Eustis, Florida. Cox aided in the recovery of the MR2 capsule in January, got Ham the chimp safely aboard a Navy ship.
Minus 4 minutes on counting. T-minus 4.
Landed on the carrier flight deck, and 2 doctors especially trained by the Space Administration will begin debriefing him. We'll describe that recovery for you as it happens. This is Robert Lodge aboard the carrier Lake Champlain.
This is the import destroyer. Everything is ready on this ship, commanded by Captain O.N.A. Roberts. The rig is ready, the radar is running. The seas are fairly calm, the sky is clear, about 10% cloud cover. This is Van de Vetter aboard the import destroyer Newman K. Perry.
Minus 3 minutes and counting. T-minus 3.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff at 34 minutes after the hour. Freedom 7 is still go. The trajectory is A-OK. Freedom 7 reports the mission is still A-OK. Full go. Freedom 7 in voice communication with the Mercury Control Center. Reports 3.5 G. Cabin pressure holding fine. Cabin pressure holding 5.5 pounds per square inch. The flight trajectory is still A-OK. The pilot is in good voice communication with Mercury Control.
Okay, switching to manual pitch.
As manual pitch.
This is okay. Switching to manual yaw.
I understand, manual yaw. Roger, 3, okay.
Yaw is okay. Switching manual roll. Roll is okay.
Roll okay, let's go to it.
On the periscope, what a beautiful view. Cloud cover over Florida, 3 to 4 tenths near the eastern coast. Obscures up through Hatteras. You can see Okeechobee. Identify Andros Island. Identify the reefs.
Retro, 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Start retro sequence. In retro attitude, hard green. Control is smooth. I noticed Retro 1. Very smooth. Retro 2. Retro 3. All 3 retros are fired. Okay, 3 retros have fired. Retro jettison is back to arm.
The booster.
Negative. Switching fly-by-wire. Roll is okay.
Retro jettison, confirm.
Roger, do not have a light. I do not have a light. I see the straps falling away. I heard a noise. I will use override. Override used. The light is green. Oh, Roger. Periscope is retracting. I'm on fly-by-wire, going to re-entry attitude.
Roger. Projector right on the button.
Okay, Buster, re-entry attitude. Switching ASCS normal. ASCS is okay. Switching HF for radio check.
Freedom 7, Capcom, how do you read HF?
Roger, reading you loud and clear, HF, decom me.
Freedom 7, Capcom, how do you read onset?
Reading you loud and clear, HF, how me?
Back to you, HF.
Okay, this is Freedom 7. G build up. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Okay.
Coming through loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. This is 7, okay. $45,000 feet now. 40,000 feet. I'm back on ASCS. $35,000. $30,000 feet.
Capcom, how do you read now?
Roger, Deke, reading you loud and clear, Tommy.
Switched over to GDI.
Roger. The drogue is green at 21. The periscope is out. The drogue is out. Okay, at drogue deploy, I've got 70%. Auto, 90% manual. Oxygen is still okay. And the snorkel's at about 15,000 feet. Emergency flow rate is on. Standing by for main. Main on green. Main chute is reefed. Main chute is green. Main chute is coming unreefed and it looks good. Hello, Capcom, Freedom 7. How do you read? Hello, card file 23. This is Freedom 7. Do you read?
Freedom 7, this is Indian Capcom. Do you read me?
Affirmative, Indian Capcom. Let me give you a report. I'm at 7,000 feet. The main chute is good. The landing bag is on green. My peroxide has dumped. My condition is good.
Roger, Freedom 7. I understand you're at 7,000 feet. Your main chute is open. Your landing is good. Over.
That is affirmative. Please relay. card file 23, card file 23, Freedom 7, over.
Freedom 7, this is card file 23, over.
This is 7, relay back to Capcom, please. My altitude now 4,000 feet. Condition as before, the main chute is good. The landing bag has deployed, the peroxide has dumped.
All right, just a second, we'll relay.
Card file 23, Freedom 7.
Go 7, this is 23.
I'm about 1,500 feet now. The main chute still looks good. Radio descent is indicating 30 feet per second.
All right. Freedom 7, this is 23. I have no transmissions from Cape Capcom. Over.
Roger.
Freedom 7, this is Cape Capcom. Over.
This is 7, go ahead.
We have something to transmit at this time. Over.
The negative, just relaying my condition is still good. I'm getting ready for impact.
Oh, Roger.
From the parachute is becoming becoming very clear now. It's very possible that the carrier will be right close to the space capsule, the spacecraft, as it's being recovered from the water.
We have a relayed report
It'll be only a
indicating
matter
he is
of 2
descending
or 3 more
at the
minutes.
rate of
It's
30
swaying gently in the wind,
coming in for
from
a
side to side, first to one side and then the other. It's a good thing there's a naval commander inside. The sling is down through the capsule. The sling that was lowered from the helicopter is down through the spacecraft. And it's too early to tell exactly what they're going to do. Of course, the first thing will be to try and pick up the astronaut and get him into the helicopter if he has removed himself from it. Then to hook the spacecraft and return it here to the deck.
Alan Shepard was probably Class 1 astronaut.
He was bright.
Family was important to him.
He was really a wonderful human being. He was a proud man, sometimes arrogant, but test pilots are always that way. You want them to be that way.
It's the first step we had to make, and he did it well.
When you talk about the right stuff, he was the epitome of the right stuff.
I remember my father saying when the original 7 astronauts were first chosen was that they were very competent, very competitive, and it was going to be a good fight to win the prize, as they called it.
It was friendly competition. But it was intense competition. I certainly wouldn't deny that.
Well, he was very confident in what he could do, and he pushed himself. He really did go beyond what he could possibly do. I mean, he just did that extra 101%.
Shepard was a standout from the very beginning for me. He was a very bright guy, probably the brightest of the bunch.
Glenn, of course, I had known before. Shira, I had known before because of our Navy connections. So I knew there was a lot of talent there, and I knew that it was going to be a tough fight to win the prize.
All 7 astronauts were in one room. Bob Gilruth came in and said, okay, Al Shepard, you have the first one, Gus Grissom, you have the second, John Glenn, you are the backup for both. And Dr. Gilruth walked out of the room and said, good luck. And so Daddy's in the room by himself with all 7 original, well, including himself, 6 set of eyes looking at him. And he thought of how elated he was.
But yet almost immediately afterwards feeling sorry for my buddies, because there they were. I mean, they were trying just as hard as I was.
We all shook each other's hands. We all shook Al's hands.
Pretty soon I was the only guy left in the room.
We jokingly later on confided in each other that the choice of Al Shepard was just plain dumb, because it should have been me, everybody said. The competition ended once that decision was made, and everybody wanted to make every flight an absolute success.
He was obviously ready to fly, and we were ready to help him. And it was a hell of a day.
Daddy, what if they put you up in that rocket and they can't get you back down? And he said, Julie, they're not going to put me up in that rocket if they can't get me back down.
On May 5, the atmosphere at the Cape was upbeat, a little subdued, especially for Al, because Yuri Gagarin had flown before him.
That was sort of the cloud that was over our first launch. But nevertheless, the day came.
Our entire front yard in Virginia Beach is covered with reporters. Alice came in and woke me up, and she says, Julie, Mother must have done something. There are all these policemen out in our front yard. They didn't tell us our father was going up first because we would blab it.
Everything went just the way we had planned it. The testing of the suit, putting that on first.
There was a classic picture of him when he reached the launch pad. He was accompanied by Dr. Bill Douglas, who was the astronaut's physician, and there was Al in a silver spacesuit with the air conditioner in his hand.
I remember saying to myself, well, I'm not going to see this Redstone again. And you know, pilots love to go out and kick the tires. And it was sort of like reaching out and kicking the tires on the Redstone. Because I stopped and looked at it, looked back and up at this beautiful rocket, and thought, well, okay, Buster, let's go and get the job done.
What a sight, and what a thrill. That was probably one of the most exciting moments of my lifetime, if not the most exciting.
Almost every flight has delays. You expect them.
There was a time during the countdown when there was a problem with the inverter in the Redstone.
And then the weather came.
Turns out Al Shepard had been in that spacecraft for more than 4 hours.
Waited and waited.
Well, if that's the case, then I would like to get out and relieve myself.
That was funny. Want to get out and urinate.
Von Braun says the astronaut would stay in the nose cone.
You just go ahead and do it.
And of course, with a cotton undergarment and with 100% oxygen flowing through that spacecraft, I was totally dry by the time we launched.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. And 34 minutes after the hour.
Launch is okay. Roger.
His performance was perfect.
Velocity's okay, pitch 18 degrees, altitude 365,000.
Roger, 2G, cabin holding.
Freedom 7 is still go. The trajectory is A-OK.
You couldn't have told the difference between a flight and a simulation.
Freedom 7 with astronaut Alan B. Shepard reports the fuel system is go. 4G. Cabin 5.5 pounds per square inch. Oxygen go. All systems go.
Capsule separate. Rate command. Pilot on manual. Yawing right.
His control motions that he did in flight compared to what he did in the simulator, right on top of each other.
Astronaut Alan B. Shepard is still talking to us, working like a test pilot, reporting facts and figures, reporting procedures in the precise engineering manner of a test pilot.
So hold it, baby. Hold it there. Yes, a little bit of there.
Righty, boy, righty.
All the voice reports were right on at the same time you'd expected them.
Okay, retro fire completed.
The Mercury spacecraft is beginning to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere.
Port on G's occasionally.
Right, it's just starting now. 50 seconds, 1.5.
Going through peak G now, he is still talking, saying, okay.
6.
Roger.
9.
Roger.
13.
Probe shoot.
Okay. Pilot, okay?
Very good.
The Shepard recovery operation was probably one of the smoothest and one of the quickest we've ever had.
It just hit the water a moment ago. A cheer went up from the ship company watching here from all decks on the aircraft carrier.
It was a perfect day. Perfect day for him, perfect day for us.
First time we ever put anybody into space. And Al was a good person to represent us on that.
He was outstanding, and he deserved it.
We're always proud of him and his abilities and what he did do.
I never heard my father say, this is hard, it was a challenge, at least you tried. Who wouldn't want to follow that type of fellow American into whatever you are going to accomplish?
Miles and miles and miles.
Alan Shepard was a close friend of mine. We had a lot of love for each other. And I was damn proud to be in that position with him. So were my guys, so all the people in NASA.